Good morning, Tenno. Want to have a talk with you guys. Yesterday's video that I posted has been getting a lot of comments, which is a good thing. And also a really good thing that you guys aren't really being, I don't know, nasty per se about it. Like, you're attacking the prices and not me, and I feel like humanity is evolving. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate all of the responses that you guys gave on those comments and everything, because they weren't personal. They were just like, these prices are ridiculous. And I agree with you. I think the prices were a little ridiculous as well. However, or not however, but like, I'm just going to kind of go through how all of this works, and I'm going to give you new prices of the lows. So yesterday's video, I did the average prices, and they were a lot higher than people were happy with, and they were a lot higher than what people were expecting, and they were just the averages. I mean, when we're taking prices into account, I'm going to walk you guys through how I kind of did it a little bit, but we need to have a talk, and I really want to know in the comments, most importantly, what do you guys want to see? Because I'll make that. Like, whatever videos, I was just testing that out yesterday, because I don't entirely get a lot of feedback from the majority of people that watch videos in general. Like, if I have 10,000 people watch a video, those videos a lot of times tend to not even get 100 comments. So I am always interested in your feedback. I do read the comments, and I do want to know how you guys feel about, you know, the information you want to see and everything. Like, I don't think a lot of YouTubers, aside from when we make videos where we're just having fun, when we're giving you informational videos, if there's multiple ways to look at the information, yeah, I want to know, what do you guys want? How do you want to absorb that? If you tell me, I'll make that video for you. I'll whip it up and do it that way. So let me know in the comments. For those of you that saw yesterday's video, I cut the video off at about, I think, 2,100 views. Because it just seemed like the only comments that were coming through were just like outraged at the prices that were in there. And right now, I'll just walk you through the new prices, and first I'll walk you through how I kind of figured it out. And I'm not going to go into all this crazy detail, because there's like a whole class that I'd have to go through to explain the logic behind the prices that I made, but I try the best to make the most sense out of it. I'll give you an example. When we go to Warframe Market, let's look at Vauban for a second here. When we go to Warframe Market, right? First of all, there's a few things to consider, and there's many things to consider, but this is kind of why it's not as easy as you might think it is to just look a price up and go, oh, okay. So like these prices right now, it is currently, as we see right here, 1:25 p.m. Wednesday, May 3rd, that we're going through this. 149 is the lowest price, but there's only one of them that's online right now. Then there is two 150s that are online right now, right? And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 prices for 160. And the difference between 149 and 165, it's 15, 16 plat right there. Like, that's a big difference. So if I put a video out, let's say 1,000 people watch it, of those 1,000 people that may want a Vauban, how many of these have to get bought before I'm already 15 plat wrong on the price? You know what I'm saying? So like, there are millions of people in the Warframe community, just in general, and that millions of people have Warframe accounts. So really, it's kind of like, how do you average the price out on that? I'm not saying that like I'm not doing it or I haven't figured it out or whatever. I'm saying there's many ways to look at it, and it's not just something that you can just straight up, you know, like, which is why I say in all these videos that I've been doing this for the last few months of just giving you guys the prices, that it's like the average. These are the average lows, or these are the averages, or I even have the average highs and everything. For like, when I say the average highs, I mean like, let's scroll down to who's the last, 500 plat. I'm well aware that's absolutely absurd. I'm absolutely aware. I would never buy that for 500. I've also never made a video where I gave the highs. But the fact of the matter is that this does exist. This can't be ignored. Because, like, let's pretend, for example, how many times I've been using this for over a year now, the Warframe Market, at least maybe 2 years. I don't know how long it's been around. I've been using it for a long time now. And tell me how many times you guys have gone through and been like, oh yeah, this guy's only selling it for 145. Let me hit him up in game right now. You hit him up, never responds. So is this fake? Is he lying? I mean, not this person right here. I mean, just like in general, like when you go to buy something from this site and like you hit, oh, that's a great price. I love it. Let me hit him up right now. Doesn't respond. Then you go to the next one that's like maybe close to this, 150. Hit them up. Doesn't respond. Like, I get this all the time with like mods and warframes and weapons. It's just whatever I'm trying to buy, parts for anything. And it's like, are these people just faking the price to try to make everybody else think they need to drive their prices down? Like, are they trying to trick other people into lowering their prices? Because if they're not there, you know, like, why are, like, and for the record, I've been doing trade chat. I've been playing Warframe over 8.5 years. I've been doing trade chat over 8 years. And I promise you, even before the Warframe market existed, I promise you, I know this for a fact. There were clans that got together that would affect the prices in the game, because on a mass scale, they would all get together and they would just raid trade chat, not all at once. They would be like, you know, smart about it, but like you would just see for like days or weeks or whatever, just people just sitting in trade chat, and they would just throw a random wanna buy sale, throw a random wanna sell sale, and they would do this for hours and literally just convince people that the price of things were either higher or lower than they actually were. So I'm not saying that everybody here that uses this site is doing that, but I'm saying it's a thing that people have done to try to trick the market or to try to affect prices. That's happened before. So we also have to consider that you can't necessarily trust these. Like if there's one for 150 right now and he's going to sell it, that's fantastic. Great. You know, if you're looking for a Vauban, this is the cheapest price that's online right now and you're comfortable with that. That's totally cool. But like that's just one example of things that we have to consider as well. Also, with like averaging the prices, like I showed you that 500 here. Like again, if we're considering, you know, like these being the lowest, whether they're true or not, then we got to actually consider this being the highest, whether it's true or not. However, here's another thing that I do when I figure these prices out. This is ridiculous. I don't want this affecting the price. No one's I'm aware. I'm totally with you guys. No one's going to buy this. So what instead I do is I look at the prices from like lowest and highest. And if basically for every And it's approximated. There's no real mathematical formula. What if we have 10 people faking low prices and no one's faking high? Or what if we have like 300, what if we have like 20 people faking high prices and only 2 people faking lows? Like, I'm trying to do this in a way where I feel that it makes the most sense. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. But when I say makes the most sense, I mean like, if I see this 500 price, I don't even consider it. Like, I don't even write this down on like my spreadsheets as a price for the high. I'll look for a more reasonable high price. And how do I do that? So I'll scroll down here all the way to the bottom, right? And then this is another thing to consider. Like there's so many factors about figuring these prices out and what the average high or low is, which is again why you guys got to wrap your brains around averages. You got to realize that like anything you're looking at here could be being manipulated by people. So we have to really not give them power. And I just can't make videos and be like, oh yeah, the absolute lowest price for, where is it? Yeah, the absolute lowest price for a Vauban right now is, 100 plat. I can't consider that because that means I'd have to consider the ridiculous highs too, and that would really throw the high averages like out of whack. On top of that, again, there are millions of Warframe accounts. There are hundreds of thousands of people playing this game at any point throughout the day, or even 100,000 people, let's say, playing this game at any point throughout the day. If I make a video and say that, oh yeah, this is the average low right here, but there's one person, the moment this gets bought, all of a sudden that price isn't good anymore. So that's also something to kind of consider. So we really have to figure out how to like really fudge with these prices in a way where it's like, it works for more people and not like, you know, less. So I want you to consider that in doing these prices and everything, I don't consider, like, I basically shave the bottom off and I shave the top off. So I won't consider like the 100 price that was listed there. And like, and then when I go through these, the high numbers, when I write these into my spreadsheets, we have 100,000. I don't consider this. 500, how many 500s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough, right? It's not 400s. not enough, right? But like 350, not a, it's like, yeah, all right, we're getting there. But now look at all these highs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. At this point, when I see this many highs that are all the same number, I'm like, okay, this is the high, right? Like this is the highest that he's going. So I've shaved the top off, and I do the same thing at the bottom. I basically scroll through the bottom of offlines, I shave those off, and I basically say, all right, where is the majority of the lows here? But now here's also another thing to consider too. Like if I looked at this, I'd say, all right, for 2 reasons, here are the majority of the lows. We'll say it's 140. Why? Because 1, this could be fake. All of these could be fake, just trying to drive the price down. But on top of that, there's only X amount of them. And the moment they all get bought, well, then the video's outdated. You know, which I mean, it's a video, it's on update prices. I do them monthly. These prices, you guys know, fluctuate daily, weekly. I even have an example of like literally this week when the incarnate weapons came out. I had somebody that I was in a voice chat with in Discord who was watching the Strun Wraith Prime and the Latron Wraith, the Strun Wraith Prime, the Latron Wraith in price was under 100 on Sunday. And when the like incarnate weapons came out, literally watched it. Everybody bought it off the, we were watching this. Everybody bought it off the market within hours, not 24 hours, not days, but within hours. All of the low prices for that were gone, and they were selling in trade chat for 150. Now, I don't know if that's what they were doing on this actual website, but we're watching trade chat. We were watching people. I mean, I'm pretty sure they were, because a lot of people were basing their numbers off of the website. You know, like in trade chat, but in trade chat itself, people were saying, you know, like, when the moment these incarnate adapters came out this week, they were saying, yeah, I want the Strun for like 100 platinum. Within 2 hours, it was up 50 platinum, like on the site, on like the low is up 50 platinum. So that being said, prices fluctuate like crazy. Okay. So when I make these videos again, you really got to wrap your heads around that they're the average, either the average lows, the average mediums, the average highs, whatever it might be. But I mean, you guys can see by now, there's so many factors to consider here in whipping up these prices. I kind of just wanted to say that, like, thank you everybody, hardcore, for not like being like, oh yeah, you know, oh, it's Neo's fault. I can't believe Neo would do this or whatever. I'm literally just trying to find a way where we're not getting, I guess, like bamboozled by the prices per se. So I'm shaving off some of the top, I'm shaving off some of the low, and then I'm using, you know, where I'm seeing a lot of the numbers as the low average or the low high, whatever it might be that we're covering. But all that being said, let's just kind of walk into it. We'll redo this video. I'll give you guys the lows for everything, so you guys can kind of see like what's going on here. Also, the numbers that I got were from 2 days ago. So the numbers I'm reading off, they're from 2 days ago. It takes a long time to go through every single frame in the game and to update the prices on these frames. As I just said that now, I realized I could literally just do it on 20 frames by doing the top 10 highs and the top 10 lows. But when I do this for every single frame in the game, and the prices for everything I throw on my Patreon so that everybody can see an actual spreadsheet of the Warframe names, their lows, their mediums, their highs. And then with that, you also get the range so that you see if you bought it for the low and you sold it for the high, what is the difference in plat that you're going to make there? Like what's the range in plat that you're going to pull? So I have all those numbers listed down on a spreadsheet that, you know, I just plug in the numbers. It pulls the math up for me for some of those columns. And it just makes life a lot easier for myself and everybody else. And it's effective. But we're just going to go through it like this. As far as the top 10 best frames to sell, the number one right now, we have Vault going at 100 platinum. It looks like the next few frames that I'm going to wind up listing over here are also going for 100 platinum. We have Ember also going for 100 platinum on the low side. We have Nova, who, as I said in yesterday's video, and this is important for y'all to know, as I'm posting this video that I'm making right now, today, tomorrow, Nova is coming back in Prime Resurgence. So Nova and Trinity are coming back. Meaning that even though Nova right now, as I'm making this, is 100 platinum, her price will drop tomorrow.
So her average low is 100 now. It will drop tomorrow when she comes back. That can definitely be expected. Mag, on the other hand, is currently farmable, and she's going in Prime Resurgence, but she's going to get vaulted tomorrow. So her average low is 100 right now, but we can expect that to go up because she is not going to be farmable for very much longer. After that, we have Hydroid. Hydroid is currently going for 110 platinum on the average low. And I honestly, just to pour 2 cents in here, I don't see any reason to use Hydroid. I don't think that a lot of people are going to be caring too much about. Basically, I don't think his price is going to climb too much in platinum. And I do also want to point out that ever since Deviri Paradox dropped, what I do want to point out is that I've noticed prices have gone up for everything, for every frame in the game. Maybe by like the average low, maybe jump by 10, or the average low jump by, I don't know, like 20 plat. But it makes sense to me because now with Deviri being a thing, everybody's thinking to themselves, oh, I should at least have all of these frames in case they wind up as one of the choices that I have to choose for the circuit or for the Deviri runs, whatever it might be. So I think people, which is kind of a good thing. It's a good reason for, you know, people to start buying frames again and for them to collecting all of them and all that stuff. So prices on everything have gone up. Is basically what I'm saying. Then we have Frost over here, or Frost Prime is what I meant to look at. Frost is currently going for 115 platinum. And after Frost, we have Necros. Necros is currently going for 120 platinum. And then the last 3 that we have here for best to sell, these prices will climb a little bit stronger now. We have Saren with a low of 140 platinum. We have Vauban with a low of 170 platinum. And we have Ash with a low of 180 platinum. And again, I want to point out that I got these prices a couple of days ago at the start of this month. I know it's only been 3 days, but like I said, the Latron had just climbed really quickly. In like hours, it just jumped up 50 plat because stuff changed. And I think with Deviri out right now, it's probably also causing prices to move a little bit faster than we're normally used to seeing them either, you know, like increase or decrease. But let me grab the other ones for you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. I think this is 10. Yes. So we have number 10 spot, Equinox Prime. This is for the best frames to buy right now. So coming in at number 10, Equinox, 65 plat is the average low for Equinox. Chroma, the average low is 60 platinum. It looks like a lot of these coming up are going to be 60 platinum. But oh my god, you won't believe what the cheapest frame winds up being. And then we have Titania for another 60 platinum is currently what you could buy her for. And again, these are average lows, so you can probably buy her a little cheaper, or maybe a little higher, or whatever it is that makes life easier for you. We have Avara right now for 60. Then we have Garuda, which is... No, we have Garuda, which is also for 60. Then we have Nidus, which is also... This is the last one for 60. So all those frames, their average lows, they're averaging around 60 plat. Right? And then we have Atlas. That's not where we're typing it. Atlas is going for 50 platinum. These next 2 frames that I'm going to do after Atlas are also 50 platinum. We have Anaros. It's also going for 50 platinum. And then we also have Gara, who is also going for 50 platinum. And the final frame, I'm sure some of you can guess what this is. If you think you got speedy fingers, tell me in the comments really quick before we get to it. But this final frame has actually gone up. This one is the point that I'm making. This final frame has actually gone up a little bit in price, probably because of Deviri. Like, all of the frames have gone up. That being currently Haro Prime, who last month was either 20 or 25. I think he was like 20 last month. He is now an average low of 30 platinum. That is the new update on this video, and I'm really serious. For those of you that just have share, let me know. How do you want to see it? Because I'm totally willing to do it the way that you guys want to absorb the content. for videos that I'm just not feeling like I just want to make a silly video kind of a thing, you know? Which I've already made a few shorts like that, and I'm glad you guys enjoy them. But for the most part, thank you guys for watching. There's a whole bunch of bonuses and everything for y'all on my Patreon, absolutely free, that you guys can, you can just go grab those. Grab them on my Patreon. Make sure you make a copy, like you make a, how do I word this? Here, let me show you, or I can't actually. Let me just go make a copy of it. Don't, if you downloaded it, I think it might mess up some of the functions on the sheets. But literally just when you go to file, go to make a copy, you guys can get those sheets for free. I absolutely use them. I can show you one of the sheets that I'm using right now for like my liches, and this is super duper helpful. Here. So like when I'm in trade chat and someone's like, I want to buy a lich with a heck that's over 20, that's over 50% or whatever. Well, I can look at my list here of all the, everything that I have, find out that, oh, it's over 50%. You know, it doesn't have an ephemera. I basically, all of these things, they're already pre-color coded, and it makes life so much faster because if I'm in trade chat and somebody else knows they have that, but I don't know because I've got so many liches and sisters here to sell, I have to check this. And anybody that's like, oh, let me just run into my codex right here. Oh, somebody wants to buy that? Yeah, let me go to my codex, right? Let me go over here to universe. It's still loading. Let me go over here to Kuva liches. Okay, and now I'll go to converted. Now I can sell these, right? So, all right, is this the one with it? Let me check them. Oh, it's not. All right, is this the one with it? Let me check them. You guys can already see like how long this is going to take to go through all of these and see, versus just having it written down. So I promise you, I make so many more sales on liches just because I have it right here, because it's in my face and I can look it up, which means I can get to somebody that wants to buy a Kuva lich faster than everybody else that doesn't have this laid out. So this is just one example of things that like you guys can grab for free from the Patreon. But there's way more bonuses for those of you that actually can become Patreons. And here's another example too. Let's say I have a Kuva weapon, 55%. How many more times do I have to fuse it to get it to cap? Looks like one more time. That's great. How about, let's say I got a weapon that's like 30%. Hit enter. Okay. 33 is what it's going to go to if I fuse it, right? So input higher percent. Only input higher percent. I think this whole thing makes sense to me. I could explain it in more detail, I guess, if it really needs to be explained. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your faces. Look forward to figuring out how you guys want to absorb this, how you guys want to absorb this content. Like, what do you, high, medium, low prices. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one.